Hi everybody, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you for being here today. I hope that all's well with you in your world, and as we kind of get a little older and start to reflect on our lives going forward, we have to kind of, I think, separate it into a couple of different categories. So I've got a very helpful video, I hope, today that's going to help you kind of get a perspective on the two major groups of life portfolios that we need to look at and examine and plan for. And one of our bloggers, Danielle Howard, wrote this article. It's called How Rebalancing the Life Portfolio Can Help You Achieve Financial Success in After 60. Now, so she's talking at it more from a financial perspective, but there's the way that she presents this, which I love, is that there's two sides. There's the financial side, and then there's the life side. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that and get your feedback. I mean, 60 and Me is a community of women who are aging beautifully. We're doing our best. We're really trying to make the most of this time in our lives. And I'm just so happy myself personally that I have this to share it with you, because I'm going through all this too. It's not like something we're doing differently. I think every single woman over 60, and I'm 72, has to actually think about. So as Daniel points out, and I love this first reflection, is that life does not happen in a vacuum. You know, everything we do in one area reflects in another. And we actually have to think about that combination, that connection between these two things that in a way have to work in harmony. And the way that Danielle talks about this is there are 4 P's, the things that start with the letter P, that are your life portfolio, and 4 words or 4 concepts that start with the letter L, which are your financial portfolio. And somehow those two decisions that we make will affect each other. So our life decisions will affect our portfolio for finances and vice versa. And I think that, we all think about money as we get older. Do we have enough? Did we save enough? Did we plan for retirement well enough? Did we plan at all for retirement? And, I think that when we start to chat, and I've talked to so many women in our 60 and Me community about this, we didn't think about it. We didn't plan. And this is the time. We've got more time than we thought we had because we're living longer, living healthier, and this is a good time to plan while we can. So 4 life P's, words that start with P. First, passion. We have got to be doing what we love right now. Why not? There's nothing you should be doing right now that isn't making you feel great, that isn't making you feel happy. This is, honestly, you've given your life to so many others. You've done so much for other people, your employers, your partners, your families perhaps, and it's just time for you. So you've got to be doing something that you really, truly enjoy and something that you want to cultivate, something that you feel, you get up in the morning and it's the first thing you want to do. It's just the first thing that you want to take care of, the first thing you want to experiment with. Passion. Have a passion for life. I always say that 60 and Me is about women who are living their lives with passion and purpose. And I think that that's 1 P, that's in that category of passion, because it has to be our purpose. So do it. I'm not going to preach because I'm in the same situation. Physique, that's the 2nd P, even though it starts with a F, it's physique. Stay proactive with your health. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't have to join the gym or start something extreme. Just be proactive and consistent with your routine. If you like to walk with certainty and with a pace. If you like to swim, do it. Just do it. Put it on your schedule. Make sure you do it. If you like to work out with, on someone online, there's lots of people now, especially during the pandemic, who are doing great online courses, where you can walk or stretch and whatever you want to do. Connect with people who are going to help you protect and nurture your body. If you've got friends who are not doing, a lot of exercise or whatever, find a couple of people that are, and do it together. Do yoga together. I know people in our community who call up friends and they actually, do it together. You do their yoga, Pilates, and have a little coffee afterwards and chat. It's just, you've got to make time. That's the 2nd P. 3rd P is personalities. Well, that's the people. These are the people who you decide to connect with. And, you can still have lots of friends from your high school or wherever you are still connected way back. And I've got some, Mary, if you're watching this, I love you so much, darling. You are my best friend in the universe. I've known Mary since I was 15. But we still keep in touch, and she's in Vegas and I'm here in Switzerland, and I sometimes feel she's right next to me. She would encourage me to do anything. In the sense that I would want to do. So that's the kind of person you need in your life. Seek people out who are going to give you a new perspective on things and who are willing to be honest with you if you've got an idea that he or she has a thought about, be honest, but at the same time encourage you to do the positive things. Toxic people don't have any part in your life right now. Places is the third P. Where do you want to be? Where do you want to live? Where do you want to reside? And maybe that's not even full year. I mean, there's maybe this situation where you can live one part of the year in one place and part of the year in another. Sometimes it's too hard to choose, or sometimes there's reasons that you just cannot choose one or the other. So go for it. Just the person or people that you're involved with on either side are going to understand. You have to find time for yourself. Somewhere in this journey, you need to find some time for you, and you need to find a place or places that are right. The fourth P, wait a minute, how did I miss one? Passions, physique, personality, and places. Yeah, that's four Ps. That's your lifestyle portfolio. The other side is your financial portfolio. And these are things that are going to help you to save money, but not just save money, but to actually use the money that you've got. If you've made decisions that have taken you to a place where there isn't very much of that, then it links back into your lifestyle, because then it connects your places and your passions. Sometimes you can't do all the things that you want to do. But what are the four? What are the four L's of the financial portfolio? You've got to sometimes maximize what you've got. So the first is liquidity. It's the first L. And this is where you've got to basically look at yourself and say, what have I got? What have I got, if any, money or savings or investments that are going to help me? What is my liquidity? How much are you getting from Social Security and pensions? How much are you getting from savings, or can you pull from savings or from investments? Look at it realistically. This is so hard, because sometimes it means that you can't do all the things you want on that lifestyle side, or that you can't travel. That's maybe one of the passions. But you've got to be honest with yourself. Now, over the years, you might have established some buying habits and spending habits that just are not going to be possible as you get older. So just be real with yourself. It's really, really important. Thing to look at, of course, are the static, or what you call them, the fixed expenses, where you've got, your rent, you've got your utilities, your internet, your, clothes, whatever you need. And then you may have some that blend into that with medications or things that you just need for your life to be easier. And so you've got fixed expenses that you really cannot do without. And then you've got those kinds of liquid one-time purchases that you might want to maybe buy a car. Maybe you've never had a car for a while and you need a bike or a scooter, or you need something to get you around maybe you've moved to a new place and it's a little different. But you can use public transport. But the thing is, there's maybe one thing that you want to buy. I mean, for example, I always wanted to buy a nice coat, because I actually, I've worn the same coat for 15 years, truly. And so, that's something that I want to buy and invest in for the next 15 years. So maybe there's just one-time purchase that you might need to spend a little more than you normally would spend for that thing. And then you've got to look at your lifestyle. You got to look at how you live. And this is probably the hardest, because you get into such grooves, you're just so used to ordering that thing when you run out of it, and you never think, is there a duplicate thing I could buy for makeup, particularly here? If you spent money on makeup or fashion, are there things you can compromise on? Can you do something a little less expensive? Find a duplicate, or a dupe, as they say in makeup. But, find new income streams is another idea. Can you find a way to make some money that you hadn't thought about before? If you're in a big house, co-living is a really big trend right now, and there are lots of women over 50, 60 who are looking for a place to live. So maybe you could rent a room in your house. I know that's hard if you've lived alone for all your life, and you might say to me, Margaret, no, never. I cannot live with anyone else. Well, that's not the right thing, maybe. But maybe you've got some other income stream idea, even Uber, if you want to do some jobs like TaskRabbit, things that you do well. Consultancy, if you could do some consultancy work. I think that's really super important to think about. Another one, and this is actually in the financial side for Danielle, but it's also for me on the lifestyle side. It's completely linked. This is the one that links both, is health. And that's the longevity. That's the longevity L. And that longevity L is all about eating good food, finding good supplements, making sure that you can have, as she puts it, a long Indian summer life. Guarantee that you won't live your outcome. And this is probably the time when you're looking at this longevity, how long can my money last and how long can I last, to bring in a fiduciary advisor. Now, I've interviewed Pam Kruger, a financial advisor. Oh, she's more than that. She's a celebrity and star on TV. She's really knowledgeable. Check out her videos with me. But she talks about fiduciary advisors as so much more preferenceable, better to choose than a financial advisor. Financial advisors for a younger person who he wants to sell them something that they're going to make money on. Fiduciary advisor is one who is a financial advisor but has gone through special training and made a commitment that they have got your interests at heart. They charge you a one-time fee, no commission on things they sell, so it's a different conversation. This is the time to talk about how long your money is going to last and how long you can afford to live a healthy lifestyle in those boundaries. Finally, the last L is legacy. So we all want to leave some money for our children and our grandchildren and friends perhaps. But for me, I mean, yes, I still want to do that. I'm making my biggest effort now to make that possible. But I also want to share with them my experiences. You know, I want to make sure that everything we do together is memorable, and that would be my legacy. In my opinion, that is a preferable legacy. But but I do know how much it would help them to have a little bit of cash to start their lives and to start establishing some good habits themselves. So those are the four of each category of the P's of life and the L's of financial. But I think the bottom thing here is to say, ask yourself, what are your goals? What are your life interests? What is your financial situation? And balance those two things, your lifestyle and your financial lifestyle, and see how they can work together to create a healthy and happy and fun retirement. Okay, so I'd love your thoughts on this. I mean, which one do you think you have to work on the most, lifestyle or financial? Share your stories. What are your goals, ambitions, desires? I look forward to reading them. Take really good care, everybody. Have a fabulous day wherever you are, and we'll talk again really soon. But be well, stay safe. Bye for now.